Good afternoon, everyone. This is one of the video I'm recording regarding token theft. Okay, so what is token theft? Basically, it's basically a concept in cybersecurity where users' token can be stealed by some bad actors. Okay, so that means that token thefts is unauthorized stealing of authentication token that allows user or application to access the system without needing to enter the username and password. So let's say you have one application here and you have username password, and let's say it is a M365 application, any M365 application. And what happens is, if you are entering your username and password here, let's say user and pass here, then you will be assigned to a token to your local device, let's say laptop. Okay, so in between what happens is, sometimes it happens that your token that is used for re-login without username password can be theft. So how do you prevent that? Okay, that could be it could be a interview questions also. Okay, so we will discuss that in this today's video. And if an attacker steals the token, then they can use it to access your data, to access the files, to access the emails, and they can bypass the MFA also. Even though you have a MFA, a lot of time maybe you might have asked in a question interview saying that if I am using MFA, still how I can give a more security to my email applications or Teams application or files. So that is how you can give a you can give or you can prevent basically a token theft which will be more secure than the MFA. Okay, even though MFA is in place, but you still have to use the token theft mechanism, which is like a conditional access policy or something like that. So you have to use conditional access policy to do that. What happens actually when we log into our M365 application with username and password that I just told, then cyber criminals can do is they can steal the token used to log in without using username and password. That is what I told, right? So your M365 business premium is required to make sure that you have token theft protection enabled. Okay, how do you do this? As I said, like you can use conditional access policy to, okay, you can use conditional access policy. There are many conditional access policy which you can use, but we will discuss it one by one, which all conditional access policy is there and how you can use it. Okay, so a conditional access policy called device compliance. So I am not going to show here the Azure portal, because my intention of making this video is to make sure that anyone who is watching this video can clear the interview. So it is just a interview perspective I am telling. Okay, nothing to show on the Azure portal. So if you are giving an interview, then you can answer it like this using conditional access policy. First thing is that. Now which all conditional access policy is there? There are a conditional access policy named as device compliance. Okay, device compliance. So you need to, in the device compliance policy, you need to create a conditional access policy which is named as device compliance. Then set the condition such as, like, you can, which device you need to protect, which device. Let's say I need to protect my iOS I need to protect my Windows, etc. Okay, so these kind of device you can protect, and which application you do to protect. This is, I mean, there are lot of different settings in the conditional access policy, but you, I mean, overall for a interview you can say that maybe couple of things or 2-3 things, that is sufficient. Like whoever is taking the interview, they can just get it that okay, at least you know the concept. Okay, so some other conditional access policy, I mean, in that same conditional access policy you can do like which application. So is it all cloud apps? I can say yes, all cloud apps. Cloud apps. Okay, I can say all cloud apps I can protect. Now it is not just that conditional access policy is sufficient. What you need to do is you need to go to Intune portal, that is intune.microsoft.com. In that you need to set the endpoint device. Okay, you need to set the endpoint device, and you need to select the endpoint device, and in that there is a policy called compliance policy. Okay, so you need to create a compliance policy. So create a compliance policy. Okay, so these are the things you can do. Along with that, this conditional access policy, what we spoke about, device compliance conditional access policy, along with this conditional access policy, you need to choose, you need to create compliance policy from the Intune portal. Then along with that, you need to create a few more conditional access policy. Okay, what is that? That is, one of the conditional access policy is, let's say you wanted to block the IPs, or you need to block the users from a particular location. So you can create one more policy called location. Okay, location, approved location basically. Okay, so you need to create a policy, PP approved location. What is approved location will do is, so that people can use the token from a particular location. So even though your token, let's say your token got stolen, somebody, I mean around the world, somebody, some other country or some other geography person stole your token, then even though they stole it, they cannot use it, because you have approved that particular token to be used in a particular location. So you can create a conditional access policy called approved location, and in that particular policy you can specify, there are two options, one is location, one is IP. So you can either of them you can choose. Like let's say you can choose a CIDR range, and only approved location or approved CIDR range can use that token. Okay, now comes that, let's say your token has a photos or names in it. Okay, so your token has a photo and names on it. So how do you protect that? Okay, so there is a conditional access policy called token protection. So you can give a token protection conditional access policy. Token protection conditional access policy. So by using the token protection conditional access policy, you can use the even though you have a name or photo in that token, though that can be protected. Okay, one note you need to make is, for now token protection conditional access policy is only can be only used in Windows, for Windows devices. If you know that, okay, yeah, now Microsoft has enabled it for other devices such as iOS, Android, all those things, please let me know in the comment section. But as far as I know, this is only for the Windows devices. Now consider one thing, Microsoft is monitoring each and every user activities. Okay, so Microsoft has some capability to block the token access. How do you do that? Microsoft will not automatically do that. So again you have to write couple of more conditional access policies which is used or which can be used to protect the token. What are those conditional access policy? You have a conditional access policy is called risk based conditional access policy. I'm sorry, risk based conditional access policy. So in this risk based conditional access policy, what you can do is you can define two types of risk. One is user risk and one is sign in risk. Now what is user risk and what is sign in risk, that we can discuss sometimes some other videos, but you can do user risk and sign in risk. One note here, okay, quick note, there should be two conditional access policy, one for user risk, one for sign in risk. One in single conditional access policy, two cap, okay, caps. In one conditional access policy you cannot use the user risk and sign risk, that is not recommended. So you should have two conditional access policy, one is for user risk, one is for sign in risk. Okay, so that's it for in this video. Hope it is helpful and it will be helpful in your interview. Thanks for watching.